Live from downtown Oklahoma City, Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
And we'll get to that story in just a few. Our top story tonight, though, the trial's underway for a former coach accused of sexual misconduct with students.
News 9's Tevis Hillis joins us in Shawnee with the update.
The then 17-year-old male alleged victim who came forward with these allegations in 2021 today and yesterday took the stand, sharing what he says was abuse from Ron Arthur. Inside the courtroom, the prosecution is establishing a pattern of behavior from Arthur, which they say has gone on for years.
I think the defense is still trying to piece together the typical locker room behavior.
But for Robert Hare, this wasn't any locker room behavior. Hare, one of the state's witnesses, says Arthur began grooming him 15 years ago.
Touching me, touching my hands, lots of explicit things said to me in the hallways at the school, also in his office.
A dozen witnesses have come forward with these accounts, some taking the stand, others sending in statements. The only plaintiff in this case is the then 17-year-old male.
If there are other people that allowed this to happen, that should also be grappling with whether or not they should be free.
Senator Shane Jett sat inside the courtroom listening to statements.
Seeing for the very first time the perpetrator that hurt so many kids, it was chilling to stand there in knowing that he's been walking free. Who knows what he's been doing.
If Arthur is found guilty, he could be fined up to $10,000 and or be put into jail for up to 10 years. I reached out to Arthur's attorney for a statement.
I'm hoping that it brings closure to the victims, and I hope that what this brings out is a chance for victims who may be out there to tell their story.
And the trial will start back up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. They expect this to wrap up by Friday. In the newsroom, Tevis Hillis, Oklahoma's own News 9.
All right, Tevis, thank you. A man flashes a gun at a GameStop employee. What happens next was all caught on camera. It happened at the store off Penn and Memorial. The employee puts his hands up and then lays face down on the floor while the thief made multiple trips in and out, arms loaded with gaming consoles.
From the Bob Mills Weather Center, the Oklahoma weather expert, David Payne.
All right, I like November. Yeah, sure. Yeah, 70s. I like it a lot, right? 61 is our normal high. Now, we do have cold air coming. I think we end the month chilly. More on that coming up in Maine weather. Today, 72 in Oklahoma City. Lots of 70s today. You missed out in the southwest. You had some cloud cover hanging out down there today. But outside of that, man, it was so nice. Right now, 60 in Oklahoma City, already down to a 53 in El Reno, 63 in Chandler. The rest of Oklahoma, a mix of 50s and 60s. The winds are light. We're mostly clear. It looks good. Our next system just now coming into California, the main ball of energy just off the coast. That is headed for Oklahoma. Coming up in weather, enjoy the 70s. Our next storm is bringing the cold and the wet weather. And what about your Turkey Day? What about Thanksgiving? 9-day coming up. Guys, back to you.
And what about winter weather? You can catch David's winter weather forecast, including how the strong El Nino will affect us here in Oklahoma, coming up tonight on News 9 at 10.
It's been nearly 2 months since a mess involving 80,000 gallons of crude oil is spewed from the ground within a stone's throw of new homes. But tonight, that massive cleanup process is now complete. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission says crews will still need to monitor the next growing season to make sure there's no long-term environmental impacts. That 30-foot geyser near Northwest 178th in Portland was created in September when construction crews accidentally broke a pipeline. The clock is ticking for commissioners to secure the land needed for the new Oklahoma County Jail.
Last month, they put an offer in on city-owned land near the airport, but tonight they are still waiting for an answer.
News 9's Deanne Stein is in the newsroom with more on what's next.
It means commissioners may have to go back to the drawing board to find an alternate location so they don't lose federal funding. Commissioners are waiting for the city to approve the purchase of 192 acres of land near the Will Rogers World Airport to build the new county jail. The purchase price of $2.5 million includes $50 million in ARPA funding, which would help cover a mental health unit. Commissioner Brian Mon says the proposal was initially submitted as a lease, but the county changed it, wanting to own the land. Another obstacle is where the land sits. Since the area is under FAA jurisdiction, the City and Airport Trust must consult with the FAA on whether to proceed with the sale. According to Airport Director Jeff Mulder, there are several unresolved issues they are investigating, but a deadline looms and the federal funds must be spent by December 26th.
There may be other options we can explore, but our hope was to try to keep this on a central campus and keep everything rather adjacent to each other. So it forces us to have to split the baby and maybe do other things which, aren't what we were planning to do.
Now, Mon tells me the city is meeting next week, and he hopes to have an answer by Tuesday. In the newsroom, Deanne Stein, Oklahoma's Own News 9.
We'll let you know what they decide. Well, would a new Thunder Arena be worth the $900 million price tag? That's what Oklahoma City voters will decide next month when the penny sales tax measure needed to fund it goes up for a vote. The Greater Oklahoma City Chamber suggesting it could be worth the investment. The Chamber released a new report today showing the current Paycom Center adds just under $600 million annually to the local economy, projecting that a new arena could bring in even more. That election is set for December 12th, with the 1-cent tax lasting for a term of 6 years. And speaking of downtown OKC, it's a public art piece 6 years in the making. City leaders unveiling The Kiss near Robinson and Robert S. Kerr. It is the brainchild of a local artist, Clint Shore, who says it symbolizes the union of two individual pieces leaning on each other for support.
Still ahead here at 6, Senator Mark Wayne Mullen explains the beef with the Teamsters head.
There was zero chance I was going to let this guy say that and not call him out on it. That's stand your butt up then.
The backstory that brought a Senate hearing to the brink of Fight Club after the break.
2023 has been a wild one so far, with above-average tornadoes, large hail, and a hot summer. After 3 years of La Nina, we have flipped the switch right into a strong El Nino for this winter. How will this global weather event impact Oklahoma? Warm and dry, or cold with old man winter bringing in ice and snow? I'm David Payne. I've been analyzing the data from around the globe to let you know what to expect.
David's winter weather forecast tonight at 10 on News 9.
Post Oak Toyota, now selling every Toyota for $49 down and payments like Camrys for $49 down and $399 per month. Easy. Bring $49 down and pay the payment on the website, postoaktoyota.com.
Experience the sights and sounds of Tulsa's hottest acts at The Cove at River Spirit Casino Resort. From big-name performers to your favorite comedians, The Cove has it all. Upcoming shows include Dwight Yoakam, Styx, Peter Frampton, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas, and Johnny Mathis Christmas. Create an unforgettable experience every time you step inside. River Spirit Casino, where paradise never sounded so good.
Here at Haggard's, we have kept up with the times without sacrificing our commitment to quality and customer service.
I'm Robert with Noah's Amish Furniture. Is buying American made important to you? Are you tired of seeing labels of made in China? Are you tired of buying furniture that just looks good? We are the largest American-made furniture store in Oklahoma. We have dining, living, bedroom, office, and outdoor furniture. You get to choose from 14 different wood species and over 40 colors. And while you're here, shop our large Amish food selection, from homemade noodles, jams, jellies, rolled butter, to fry pies.
Han Appliance Buy More, Save More Black Friday savings are here. We have the lowest Black Friday pricing guaranteed and additional savings with our Buy More, Save More offer. Get up to $1,000 in instant rebates or up to $2,000 in online rebates. That's up to $3,000 in additional savings on top brands like GE Profile and Frigidaire Professional. The more you buy, the more you save, along with 12-month no-interest financing and free delivery. Han Appliance Warehouse, Black Friday pricing on the right product right now.
Post Oak Toyota, now selling every Toyota for $49 down and payments like Tundra Crewmax, $49 down, $529 per month. Easy. Bring $49 down and pay the payment on the website, postoaktoyota.com.
Everything you need to bring the fun home is at Galaxy Home Recreation, now open in Norman.
It was the challenge heard around the world. A congressional hearing turns into a heated confrontation after tensions erupted over something that started on Twitter.
That post was pinned in June by the head of the Teamsters organization, reading, quote, greedy CEO who pretends he's self-made. In reality, clown and fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Hashtag little man syndrome. Now, it comes with a picture taken from a News 9 debate, highlighting one of the boxes that we use here to make sure the shots are level and even.
And tonight, we're now hearing from Senator Mullen, and he is doubling down on the challenge.
News 9's Capitol reporter Haley Wager has the story.
Senator Mullen is standing by his actions in the Senate hearing Tuesday, saying the Teamsters president needed to be put in his place.
There was zero chance I was going to let this guy say that and not call him out on it. That's just not how I was raised. That's not how I raised my kids. And it's not who I am, and it's not who Oklahoma is either. You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
It's not your average Senate committee hearing, a fight spilling from social media into real life between Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin and Teamsters President Sean O'Brien.
I'm not a keyboard warrior like he is. I'm a guy from Oklahoma first. You don't do that in Oklahoma. You don't just simply run your mouth and call somebody out.
Mullin said he was just defending himself after O'Brien had been calling him out online.
And people say that it's not incumbent of a senator to act this way. Well, what is? Remember that Andrew Jackson, as president, had 9 duels. He also knocked a guy out at the White House for being critical to him in front of his family.
Mullin, with a background in mixed martial arts, said he was ready to hold O'Brien accountable for what he said.
In Oklahoma, you don't flip somebody off unless you want your finger broken. And of course, as a bully that he is, he just set his butt down and didn't do anything about it. And I hopefully it taught him a lesson as much as anybody.
Mullin said the invitation to settle their differences remains open anywhere, anytime.
And if Bernie wouldn't interchange...
you're a United States Senator.
Hopefully we would have just settled it and went on.
And we have the full interview with Senator Mullin on our website. For Oklahoma's Own, I'm Haley Wager.
Check that out. Now a live look outside from our Lucky Star Skycam network. Beautiful shot there of downtown Oklahoma City. Fall's going to stick around for a little bit longer, but David's tracking high winds and cold on the horizon. We'll have his timeline up next.
The Black Friday deals are here at Galaxy Home Recreation with the best savings of the year on hot tubs and all-season swim spas, plus 100% financing and immediate installation. The deals are going quick. Shop online or in-store.
That's a pretty tight spot.
Watch this.
Your Buick Parks itself. That's so you.
Of course you know where we're going. That's so you.
I got a 6th sense.
And a head-up display.
They're here.
At the heart of every Buick SUV is you. Get 1.9% APR. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get up to $1,250 purchase allowance on 2023 Buick SUV models. Plus, no monthly payments until 2024. See your Oklahoma Buick dealer.
Last winter, it was brutal. It was one of the coldest winters in Oklahoma history.
Be ahead of the cold and call Drabek & Hill today for your furnace tune-up.
A Drabek & Hill furnace tune-up is only $99.95. Affordable peace of mind knowing your home's heating system will be reliable and ready for the cold weather months.
For plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and air purification, call Drabek & Hill today.
Often imitated, but never duplicated. Drabek & Hill.
Have you considered full mouth implants to improve your life? Then you should know the difference between doctors' implants and the corporate-owned factories. Our patients know.
I was self-conscious about singing in front of people. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat. I want to smile like I love to smile without fear. I just want to be me.
Call now to book your doctor's consultation. 405-267-9795.
Home of the 6-hour smile.
Buying a vehicle is a significant financial commitment. So at Jim Norton Toyota, we want to make a major commitment to you. At Jim Norton Toyota, you get a 1-year vehicle return option and a $5,000 deficiency payment waiver at no extra charge. If you can't make your payments due to loss of income, bring your vehicle back and you're protected against any negative equity. Jim Norton Toyota's got your back. See our website or visit Jim Norton Toyota today for details.
If you've dreamed of owning a hot tub, you've got to visit Galaxy Home Recreation. You'll only find the best brands, the largest variety of sizes and styles, and we buy hot tubs by the truckloads and pass the savings on to you. Nobody does hot tubs better than Galaxy.
An Oklahoma family says it's determined to win the fight against a debilitating disease.
And tonight, the 12-year-old living with it is looking at the brighter side of life. Here's Mike Glover with tonight's Something Good.
12-year-old Grant has Duchenne, a devastating muscle disease with no cure. But apparently, this 12-year-old didn't get that memo because he is definitely living his best life.
I have all of these Legos right here.
It's a form of muscular dystrophy, and it's estimated that around 15,000 boys in the U.S. are living with Duchenne.
This one really starts showing signs when kids are really young, maybe about the age of 5 years old.
The disease is progressive and there's no cure, but Grant isn't affected by what the studies say.
He wakes up every day with a smile on his face. He just chooses to look at it on the bright side.
For Grant, there are just bigger things to be concerned about.
I mean, and like, there's people that are like poor or don't have any water.
And while Grant handles things pretty well, the family admits initially it was tough.
It felt like we were physically hit with something.
You know, it took us months to be able to talk about this.
The family found their lifeline through Cure Duchenne.
Is the gift that it gave was like winning the lottery.
Cure Duchenne is families offering many different aspects of support.
Get ideas on what we can do to, you know, be more active with our sons.
This Saturday, Families Living with Duchenne is having a family dinner at Mahogany Steakhouse downtown.
It's being around other people who get it.
Like everyone else that has Duchenne is together with you as a family.
Now for more information about Duchenne, we'll have a link with this story on our website. Grant Porter, defying the odds of Duchenne. That is something good. I'm Mike Glover for Oklahoma's Own.
We can all learn from Grant. Mike, thank you for that story.
Yes.
Tonight, still continuing to be warm. It's been nice all week.
Aren't you glad too?
Yes.
You know what Colby has tonight.
Softball game against
News
Bob
9.
Mills.
Oh.
News 9 versus Bob Mills.
Just as a career move, you need to lose that. Just
Some good advice.
Are you telling me to take a dive?
Take a dive.
He tripped on his way
You
to
beat
first
Bob
base.
Mills?
How is that possible?
No. That'll be fun.
Yeah. We have giant cutouts with your face, so.
Oh, good.
And Jim Gardner's face
Jim
also.
Gardner's
Oh,
face.
good. Okay. Well, another career ender. Weather beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, 50s, not much wind out there. Tomorrow, a little different. The wind comes back, and one more really nice day, and then the bottom begins to fall out.
Sign
Don't
of
you
changes.
hate that when the bottom starts to?
I do.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
We all do.
What's
Well, we
going
all
on?
enjoy this weather right
What?
now. It's so nice.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm just saying we enjoy this
Oh,
weather
yeah,
right
okay,
now.
just making sure. All right, so here we go. Talking about the month of November. Wow, it's been a warm one. I don't have to tell you that. Look at last week. Highs in the 80s. Little cool down, yeah, late in a nice week over the weekend, but the last 3 or 4 days have been so good. Today, up to a 72. So well above average. You know what, though? Colder air is building and will eventually make its way down to the south. So there's going to be some cold air coming, that's for sure, as it starts to build to the north and starts to make its way down to the south into Oklahoma. It's about that jet stream pattern that's going to be eventually, again, making its way down into Oklahoma. So let's talk about it. Here we go. All right, so yeah, it's been warm. All right, so November rain, it's been dry. That's been part of our problem. Zero, nada, nothing in the rain gauge at Will Rogers. And we're gonna put a little dent in that coming up this weekend. We only average about 1.68 inches of rain for the entire month. So November, December, January, February, some of our they are the driest months of the year. So if we can get a little bit of rain at a time, it's something. We'll take it. Right now in Oklahoma City, 60 degrees, a southeast wind at 6. Our humidity, 60%. That's going to creep up tonight. So tomorrow morning, Oklahoma City points south and east, a little ground fog, a little low cloud cover, and visibilities might be, at least in the south and southeast metro, might be pretty low in the morning when Jed and Lacey are out here, okay? So hang on. Right now, 53 in El Reno, 61 in Shawnee. Looks great. A mix of 50s and 60s. No complaints in any of our 77 counties, at least not due to the weather. And it's a south breeze blowing to the north at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So where's the cold air? To the north of us. See the jet stream zipping along from west to east, even up there. The cold air is bottled up, all right? That's why it's been so nice. But that weather pattern is changing. We're now beginning to see the signs of El Nino and the winter transition going from fall into winter. And this is part of that El Nino pattern. Storm systems hammering California, making their way east, giving us some rain. coming up on Sunday into Monday. If it were colder, we'd see a little snow out of this or winter weather or whatever, but it's not going to be cold enough for that. But we'll take any rain we can get. Might even have a little thunder on Sunday. And then this upper low is just going to kind of sit on top of us into your Monday of next week. And then by Tuesday, we are much colder around here with highs in the 40s. So a little Canadian air, a little bit coming in. Lows tonight, low 40s. So what happens? A chilly night with the fog. Watch it develop here. Low clouds and fog, Oklahoma City, south and southeast. Take it right into that morning drive. But notice Oklahoma City's kind of on the fringe. Basically, it says, Shawnee, you're in low clouds and fog. Oklahoma City, we're not, but we're close. So we'll have more tonight at 10. Highs tomorrow, we'll do a 70 in Oklahoma City, mid-70s in the northwest. Tomorrow's going to be windy with a south wind. There's your Friday with a strong, gusty north wind. Highs on Friday in the mid to upper 50s. 90 forecast, 80% chance of rain, maybe a little thunder. Moving in Sunday morning. Another wave Sunday evening and Sunday night. And then again, showers hanging around into Monday, quite a bit colder but dry. Tuesday, Thanksgiving, a high of 63, bone dry, bring on the turkey, and then colder the day after. Don't go away, sports is next.
300.
320, 500,
600.
Sold. The last time we did this was back in 2015.
No way.
Let's birth a new auction.
New tonight. Let the bidding begin.
Come on in and let's have some fun. Next item.
A new survivor followed by a new amazing race tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
For over 100 years, Langston's has outfitted Oklahomans in the most stylish Western wear. Right now, get $10 off all cinch and crewel jeans. Langston's with 3 convenient locations.
Today we are going to de-stress from our hiring woes with a visualization technique. Everybody close your eyes and imagine a beach. Ooh, there's a light. Oh,
sorry. Those are all new resume alerts. Ever since I called Express Employment Professionals, my phone has been blowing up. Muting it.
Let's resume. The sun is hitting your face. Come on.
Oh, it's my wife. We need milk.
Everybody, back to the beach. It's so warm here, isn't it?
The Oklahoma City Community Foundation has a huge impact on so many organizations like Oklahoma Project Women here in our community.
The Oklahoma City Community Foundation access to healthcare grants provide basic and preventative health care to those who would not have access due to economic, social, or geographical reasons. Services like mental health, dental, and hospice care. If you'd like to help people who cannot obtain health care, consider supporting our Access to Healthcare grants. It's an easy and convenient way to make a gift to help a vulnerable population.
If we can support an organization that reaches an individual before a healthcare crisis, that not only saves costs, but it saves a life.
Oklahoma City Community Foundation chooses to invest in what we do because they really do care about the health and well-being of people in our community.
Join us today and make a difference for those in our community who need a little extra help. The Oklahoma City Community Foundation will help you make it happen.
My own cupcake shop? I must be dreaming.
Oh, you are. But at MidFirst Bank, we can help you turn all this into reality.
Can you make this vacation real?
Sure. We can help with that.
What about a plan to expand local production?
Oh, once you wake up, let's talk about how we can turn your dreams into reality.
While you stay true to your dreams, we'll stay true to you.
I'm sure you've heard 2 is better than 1. Well, when it comes to the best new Ram truck deals in Oklahoma, Joe Cooper guarantees it. Get twice the selection, twice the savings, twice the service. We guarantee to beat any deal in a new Ram truck by $500, or we'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 2 to 1. Who loves you, Oklahoma? Joe Cooper Ram in Shawnee and Yukon.
For over 100 years, Langston's has outfitted Oklahomans in the most stylish Western wear. Right now, get $10 off all cinch and crewel jeans. Langston's with 3 convenient locations.
Thunder Report, brought to you by Coyote Sports. Let them roll.
This is the Oklahoma Ford Sports Blitz.
Oklahoma's win over West Virginia and OSU's loss to Central Florida created the logjam of all logjams atop the Big 12 Conference. The potential for a three-way tie between OU, Oklahoma State, and Kansas State was very real. And based on the existing convoluted language, since OU and K-State didn't play each other this season, the fact that the Cowboys swept both teams was irrelevant, which I think most reasonable people would agree didn't make any sense. Today, though, the Big 12 issued a clarification, adding a sentence that said, quote, if all the tied teams are not common opponents, the tied team that defeated each of the other tied teams earns the championship berth. So if the three teams in the season tied, OSU would take now the tiebreaker. Still have to win to keep hope alive, though. The fact that Oklahoma State is even in this situation now is thanks to a shocking 45-3 loss to Central Florida on Saturday in Orlando. This time last week, the questions were, how would OSU come out after an emotional Bedlam win? Now it's, how do the Cowboys answer after such a deflating loss?
I don't really control them emotionally or mentally because they're young people. They make their own decisions. I can tell the coaches what to do. So I've told them what to do. And then you hope that our culture is deep enough that the players will react and do well.
The Cowboys of the Court are in the Northeast today, set to start the Legends Classic tomorrow night against St. Bonaventure in Brooklyn. John Holcomb has more on what the Pokes hope to learn from this early season test.
The Cowboys' first road trip of the season is actually a chance for Mike Boynton to come back home. The OSU head coach, a Brooklyn native, and this has become almost an annual thing for Cowboy basketball. And the Cowboys come in with some momentum thanks to the debut of Javon Small. On Sunday against Sam Houston, Small, the point guard, had 16 points and lifted the team to a 14-point win.
I think we built a lot of momentum. I think the upset loss, our very first game, was a little upsetting. But we know what we can be at the end of the day. So we, just looking to come out here, get two major wins, and just continue to build off more confidence.
Cowboys and Bonnies play the first game on Thursday. Then OSU will face either Auburn or Notre Dame on Friday to complete the road trip. On the Brooklyn Bridge with the Cowboys, I'm John Holt.
The Norman North Timberwolves have advanced to the second round of the playoffs after defeating Edmond North 30-17. Up next is Owasso in the quarterfinals. The Rams had the first week bye, and they sit back and recover from regular season play. And they've been using that rest week to their advantage.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Most definitely, it gave us a little extra week to game plan, get ready, prepare mentally for what we had to do this week. So it definitely gave us a little mental advantage and a physical advantage because, we were well rested, I would say.
Definitely getting us all recovered up and healthy and just having that extra week to prepare for them was definitely good for us.
That is going to be a good matchup this Friday night. That does it for us at 6 o'clock. Have a great evening.